Hello again, my name is Jackie Chapman, and today I wanted to start a series of short videos that I'm going to make that are going to guide you through the steps of making your own vision board or goal board. It's up to you what you call it, whatever works best for you. But firstly though, what I wanted to say is that if you sat there now thinking vision boards, they're a bit naff, they're a bit bogus, well maybe the joke's on you, because they do actually work, and there's a really simple explanation as to why they work so well. Visualization is one of the most powerful mind exercises that we can do. Whether you believe it or not, we know that visualization works. Olympic athletes have actually been using this for decades to improve their performance, and reports that were done and tests done on weightlifters, for example, they studied the brain activity, and they showed the same brain activity and responses when they were actually lifting the weights to when they were imagining themselves lifting the weights. They were visualising lifting those heavy weights, and the brain worked exactly the same. What is it Muhammad Ali used to say? I am the greatest. He used to go into each and every one of his fights already in the changing rooms, visualised himself going through each round, what he was going to do, each punch he was going to blow, and when he was going to knock out his opponent out, and he won each time, so he was the greatest. So you might be thinking, okay, so what's the big secret on making my vision board? It really is simple. It's simple. Your vision board should focus on what you want to feel, not just the material things that you actually want in your life. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's good to include some of the material stuff, but the more your board focuses on how you want to feel, the more it will actually come to life for you. So to help make your own successful vision board, each day I'm going to talk about different aspects and different parts of our lives that we need to consider when we're making a goal board or a vision board. And today I wanted to start talking about happiness. So how do we get happy? What is happiness? What does happiness actually mean to you? And I thought the best place to start looking at happiness was maybe looking at what the definition of happiness is. And it says that it's a feeling that comes over you when you know that life is good, when you can't help but smile. It's the opposite of sadness. The dictionary actually says that happiness is a sense of well-being, of joy and contentment. And because of this feeling, when we do feel happy, people usually want to feel it again. Whatever it is that's made them feel happy, they want to do it again. I'm going to tell you, I've never heard anybody complaining of that they felt too much happiness in their life. But what I have found is that a lot of people get happiness and excitement confused. They mix the two up. And when you think of things like the excitement of new experiences, the excitement of going out for a great meal, like really great steak, or finishing with a chocolate fudge cake and ice cream, that excitement of getting that at the end of the meal. It's not happiness, it's excitement. Maybe going on to the fair and going on the roller coaster, that's excitement, that's adrenaline. It's not happiness. Maybe being excited after travelling to new places that you've never visited before. Something new is exciting. We think that if we could get this feeling more often, then we'd actually be happier for longer. But if that was the case, I think we'd actually be chasing that feeling of happiness forever. There are other ways that you can feel happy though. There's other things that you can do in your life that bring that sense of contentment and that sense of happiness. So here's just a few that you could try. Looking at gratitude, so being grateful and showing gratitude to others and to yourself. So you might be thinking, okay, so what is gratitude? Explain a bit more. Gratitude is being aware of and thankful for the good things that are happening in your life, and taking time to express appreciation and return the kindness. Being grateful is more than just saying thank you. When you truly express gratitude, it can actually lead to a stronger sense of well-being. So how can we do this? You're saying, okay, so do I just go around saying thank you to people? Do I go around saying, thank you, I'm grateful for this? No, we can do this in different ways. We don't have to outwardly do it. You can do this by keeping a journal. So actually write down, it doesn't have to be in a book, it could just be on Post-it notes, it could be on your phone. The little things and the big things in daily life That could be something like, well, I got to talk to my mum today. We're all stuck in, we're all isolating. So it could be something like, I got to talk to my mum today. Or maybe if you've got FaceTime or a video chat, I actually got to see my mum today and I got to chat to her. Gratitude could be that I am grateful that all my family are safe and well. It could just be something really simple. When I went to the shops today, they had what I wanted. Our gratitude changes depending on what's going on in our lives at that time. So take that into account when you're writing down. So in the morning, get up and write down maybe 3 things that you are grateful for in your life. Write down the 3 good things and identify where they went well, why they were good. Maybe have a little look back over the last 2 or 3 months and focus on something that actually went really well for you and think about why it went really well. Another thing you could do is actually writing thank you notes. You can do them on your phone, or you can actually get your pen and paper out and write an actual note. You don't have to post them, you don't have to send them, but write down letters of gratitude, of thanks to somebody that's really helped you in your life. And this could be something like to a teacher maybe, or to a neighbour, or to a friend. It doesn't have to be something that's just happened. Think back in your life. Who are you thankful for? Who is it that's helped you get to where you are now? Maybe think about people that have inspired you. What was it that was really significant about them? What was it that you are grateful to them for? Write this down. Other things that you could do. So after looking at gratitude, other things that you can do is that you could increase your level of happiness is to stop overthinking. I know it's easier said than done sometimes, but if you're one of these people that are constantly worrying about something that's happened in the past, or something that hasn't even happened yet, something that's happening in the future, but you're worrying just in case, or worrying about something that's already happened. There's nothing you can do about something that's already happened. If you are over-analysing things that haven't happened yet in front of you, you need to try and think about the now and what's happening right now in the present. Is there something that you can physically do to make these things better? If there's nothing you can do right now to make that better, then let it go. Again, I know it's easier said than done, but these are steps that we have to take to try and move in the right direction. And just taking that little step each day in the right direction is important. So don't overstress about things that have happened in the past. We can't go back, we can't change them. Don't overanalyze things for the future. Think about now. Think about what you can actually do to change things now. If there's something you can do to change it for the better, then that's fine. If you can't, you've got to learn to let it go. Don't argue with yourself over things that have happened in the past if you can't do anything about it. But when you're looking forward to the future, try and set some positive goals. There's going to be a little bit more about goal setting in later videos during the week. So we'll talk a bit more about setting positive goals. A few other ways that you can actually increase your levels of happiness are perform a random act of kindness. So this sounds a bit strange, but a random act of kindness. Just out the blue, do something for somebody else. Did you know that people that actually care for others on a constant basis actually show more happiness and are less depressed? Carers can be anything from volunteers as well. It doesn't have to be as a job as a carer, it could just be a volunteer. But it could just be something really simple, like just knocking on a neighbour, maybe to see if they need anything from the shops if you're able to go. Phoning a friend maybe that you haven't heard from for a while. Small little acts of random kindness like that can actually give you more happiness. Another thing we can do is exercise. Exercise and physical well-being are basically, we're saying, is to keep moving and to eat well. Regular exercise has been proven to actually lower depression. Another thing we can do is to find your flow. If you're deeply involved in trying to learn something new or to reach a goal or an activity that's really challenging, it could just be something as simple as I'm going to do this jigsaw and I'm going to finish it today, or a crossword in the newspaper maybe. Something that's actually suited to our skill level and we experience a joyful state. This is called our flow. We've found our flow. Many different activities you can get this feeling as well. It's not just things like doing crosswords. It could be sports, It could be things like knitting, crocheting, cooking, that feeling of that you're doing it right and it's going right, and when you take it out the oven it looks the way it should do. It could be that you're actually making something, maybe a bit of DIY that you've got to do in the house. It's all going in the right step of hiring your level of happiness. So it's that feeling of contentment, it's that feeling of achievement at the end. All these things actually raise your level of happiness. So okay, so now we're going to start on our goal board. And today I'm just going to talk about what you're going to need to actually make it. So what a vision board is to what you want your life to look like. You've got to remember that there's one major rule when you're creating your vision board, that there is no rules. You're not going to mess it up. You create your vision board on your own terms. So before you start, you're going to need a few things to get together. So if you can gather these things together before tomorrow's video, that would be great. Get yourself a little bit of space to work, because once you get going, you're gonna need a bit of space, because you're going to be doing a bit of cutting up and sticking and gluing. Get yourself a large board, or a sheet of cardboard will do. Even if you've got like a cereal box, and open it out and stick it together. Remember, it's your goal board, so you can go as big as you like. I wouldn't go any bigger than an A1, and don't go any bigger than an A4. That's an A4. That's an A4 piece of paper, so don't really go any smaller than that. Because you've got to think about where you're going to put it when it's finished. It's going to be hung somewhere that you're going to see all the time. Get yourself something to cut out with, so maybe some scissors. I've actually got a children's guillotine that I got from the Aldi. That works really, really well. Get yourself some tape or some glue. Some Pritt sticks, great. If you've got some kids PVA in the house, that's fantastic. Double-sided tape or just sellotape is really good. Pritt sticks, anything like that. And you want some old magazines, papers, leaflets, anything that's got words and pictures on it. So I've got, this came today. This comes from DFS, Joys of Spring. So anything that's got wording in it that you can cut, like recline and relax, that says. So okay, I might be able to cut out that word relax if I want to have that on my vision board. Touch of luxury, maybe this is maybe what I might want in my life. So things like that. I've got some old Slim as well magazines. There's going to be some nice healthy recipes in there. What else have I got? Oh, holiday brochures. These are maybe materialistic things, but there's going to be some nice pictures on there, some nice calming beaches. So I'm thinking, okay, there's going to be some nice pictures in there I want on my vision board. The vision board can look however you want. There's some pictures of some different vision boards, and you can lay it out however you want. So you can see there's no right or wrong, but just to give you an idea of what it's going to look like when it's finished. You can include some family photographs in there if you want to. You can include some quotes. If you haven't got magazines, you can print things off the internet if you've got access to that. Get yourself some markers and stickers if you want to, some different coloured pens. Anything. If embellishments and a bit of glitter are your thing, then that's fine. Anything that makes you feel good, then go for it. Remember, you can do this with your kids as well. It's not just for us oldies, you know, it's not just us that like to set goals. Kids really love this type of thing. You know, what they'd like to do next year or next summer or later this year. Get them to set goals. Let them to start thinking about the future. Get them to make plans. They're not too young to start. Set aside some time as well. Don't rush it. And remember, this is not going to get done in one day. We're going to do this over a couple of days. We've got plenty of time, so let's use it wisely. So tomorrow I'm going to take you through the steps to actually plan out where everything's going to go on your vision board. So what you need to get is a piece of paper. So as well as that, get yourself just a plain piece of paper, and we'll work from that tomorrow. Okay then, bye bye now.